Next, we have coming up a panel with some patients and other community members who are in their smoking cessation journey, having some successes and challenges, and we want them to talk to you a little bit about what's happening with them. And Lucia will be the facilitator for the discussion. So we want to welcome Christine, Glenda.
Oh, good.
Okay, Christine and Glenda, you're open to talk now. So Luce will ask you some questions.
Is Yesenia's on the line too?
Okay.
Yes, I'll open her up. You can go ahead and get going.
Okay.
Okay.
So we invited 4 of our study participants to take part in today's discussion, and we're really grateful for them saying yes, and really appreciate their time. So the first thing we want to know is, how many years have you been smoking?
For
Okay,
me,
I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I
this
couldn't
is
hear.
Christine.
Hi, Christine. Go
I'm
ahead.
good. Hi, I've been smoking since 8 years now. 8, 9 years.
8, 9 years. How about you, Glenda?
Yeah.
Oh God, I've been smoking over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Yes.
How about you, Yesenia? How long have you been smoking?
For me, about 8 years, almost 9.
It's not muted. The whole thing is everybody's participants are all muted.
Yesenia, are you on the line? Yesenia?
I don't see. What's Yesenia's last name? I don't think the last name is here, huh?
No, yeah, she logged in with just her first name.
Okay. I'm not seeing her anymore. Okay, so
Yeah, Yesenia Garcia, she's there.
909.
Yeah, that's her.
It's not muted. Sorry, folks. Our participants are only on the phone, and it's
Can you
a
hear
new
me?
experience. We can now. Great, thank you.
Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, been 23 years.
23 years. Wow.
Yes.
Is Andrea also on the line? Andrea, she was really,
Yes, yes.
How long have
I've been smoking for about 30 years.
30 years. So quite many years here. And so how were you introduced to smoking, Andrea?
In high school. I guess I heard someone else say this earlier. People start because they want to kind of be cool. And so all my friends smoked. And so that's kind of how I started smoking. I actually, my friends would be smoking and they'd give me a cigarette. And I remember one day, we were all just like smoking, and the person who had given me the cigarette, "Great, you're not even inhaling. Give me back my cigarette." And she was mad at me. But then she taught me how to inhale. And I've been smoking ever since. So that's pretty much it.
How about
Go on in.
how were you introduced to smoking?
Who are you asking?
I was at Virginia, but
Okay, me, can you guys hear me?
yeah, I can
Yes.
Okay, I was introduced smoking when I was around 8 years old, you guys, and that was because of my mom. She would tell me, go turn on my cigarette. So I would go turn it on the stove for her, and I was little, so I was always curious, so I would take a hit. And to me, I thought, you know, so by the time, and I kept on going for a while until it ended up like me smoking half of the cigarette and taking it to her. She goes, well, hey, and I'm like, well, you know, to me it was okay. You set the example. Like I didn't know better,
right.
so that's how I learned. Yeah.
You were so young. How about
Yes.
how were you introduced to smoking?
Who are you talking to?
Glenda?
Glenda. Okay. was young, young. Everybody was doing it in school. I'm like, let me try this, And plus, my mom, she was a cigarette smoker, so she would send us to the store, because back then, you can send your kid to the store and get you some cigarettes with a note, So, yeah, now they can't do that. That's the crazy part. But, yeah, I would, and she would leave her cigarettes just hanging around, and I would try it. That I tried it. And I tried it, And so after a while, she caught me smoking, and she was like, well, no more of my cigarettes, okay? You have to support your own habit. So there it is. So I've been smoking ever since. And then, different, like if you drink, of course it enhances your smoking. So I'm drinking and smoking now, So yeah, pretty much. It all started when I was young.
Wow, so a youngster too. How about you, Christine? How did you get introduced to smoking?
Yeah.
Well, the way I got to smoking, my mother was a smoker, so it was to three of my sister and my brother. But I used to make fun of them when I was growing up, being cigarette smokers, showing them pictures of black lungs, telling them all the bad stuff. But when I turned 45, I said, I need a bad habit. So, of all the nastiest habits to pick up. I caught myself showing my boyfriend how bad he looked smoking cigarettes and started smoking, and I'm smoking.
Good habit.
So now it came back and hit me.
So, how many times have you attempted to quit or to quit smoking or to reduce smoking cigarettes? Andrea?
Let's see.
No, go ahead, Christine.
Within the last, since I started smoking, I've caught myself reducing cigarettes 4 or 5 times. I actually stopped 3 times and started back up. I actually stopped back in November, but when this corona hit, I started back up. And then I just reduced cigarettes again.
How about you, Glenda? How many times have you attempted to quit?
Well, I never really attempted to quit, to tell you the truth. I was more of a pack would last me almost a week, smoking by myself. But if I was smoking with others, of course, it's going to go fast, and I never really wanted to quit, because I liked it, and, but my husband passed away 5 years ago with COPD and heart disease, so, and he would get on me like crazy. And now the kids are like, Mom, Daddy's died from, COPD. So I'm backing off. I'm winging myself. Now I'm trying to do like 3 a day, and with the pandemic and all, with me being in the house,
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, I need a cigarette, because I was trying to wing myself off, but I'm not buying packs like I was. Now I'm just trying to buy these single cigarettes, and I find myself getting them maybe 3 a day, and I'm good. And I found myself, I just came back from a 2-week vacation, and when I go away, it's like I really don't smoke that much. I don't know why that is, but when I go away, it's like, I don't smoke that much, so maybe I need to stay away. But I am, now, since I know what to do with this pandemic and all, I'm better. I'm getting a little better.
Yeah.
As long as all them grandkids don't come over at one time, then I'm even better. Because by the time they leave, boy, I need me a couple of cigarettes. So yeah, I'm trying not to smoke like after I eat. I'm not having a whole lot of sex these days, so I, it's not like after sex cigarette, so, but, but it's and I'm not drinking that much, so I'm cool with that. I'm not smoking as much because it does tend to enhance, so I'm a little better.
Okay,
I'm a little better. I just want to put it all down. And see, my biggest thing is that if I quit, I'm going to gain a whole lot of weight, and I really, because I'm greedy and I love to eat. And I would do it as a substitute for myself, and I know it, so, and maybe not, because I'm playing.
Yeah.
Glenda, when you say that you don't smoke as much now because you know what to do, or were there some skills that you learned from the groups, or what was
From the
helping
what?
you with that? What's helped you to not smoke as much now? You said you know what to do to keep from doing that.
Well, I'm trying to discipline myself where every time I finish eating, you know, I'm not grabbing a cigarette. I mean, as soon as I finish eating, I'm grabbing a cigarette, you know, so I'm trying not to do that. And I've been doing pretty good. You know, I don't have cigarettes just around me, you know, like a pack just around me, even though if I buy a pack, because I bought one when I went out of town, but the pack lasted me for almost a week and a half, almost the whole time I was there, you know, for 2 weeks. You know, so with a pack hanging around, I'm gonna smoke more, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm disciplining myself because I know that after I finish eating, I'm gonna want a cigarette. You know, that's just like the norm or something, you know. So I've been trying to discipline myself on that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Yesenia was an active participant in our Kick Ash group. So, Yesenia, how many times have you tried to quit?
3 times, and this one, I think this one's when I started going to the groups. It really helped me. Like they gave me the paper with the circles, you know, and it was telling me what would do to my lungs and the activity. So I got scared and I said, no, I need to stop. But it was not only me that stopped, it was my mother. So she joined me, and we've been trying to follow it, you know, and we did succeed for a good while. We stopped smoking completely. And then I think about May, we slacked off, I guess. I don't know what happened. She bought a pack of cigarettes, and of course I didn't say no. I helped her, you know. So we smoked here and there, and since June now we stopped. So we're completely not smoking. But what I did do instead of smoking cigarettes and waking up in the morning smoking the cigarettes, I stopped doing that. I started doing exercise. So instead of smoking a cigarette, I would eat sunflower seeds to put gum in my mouth. So that's how I started. So that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just want to also mention too that Yesenia also had a fellow patient who also, she motivated and supported him to come and join the groups too. So they were kind of like their own support system.
Yes. Which he's not doing too good. He's still smoking 2 packs of cigarettes now. I talked to him and I'm like, Gary, I couldn't do it. I'm like, okay. I go, you could try again. So
yeah. You can always try again.
Yes. Don't ever give up.
How about you, Andrea? How many times have you attempted to quit?
I couldn't even tell you. Every time I had a baby, every time I have 5 kids. So every time I got pregnant, and that's the thing, I could quit when I was pregnant. I'll say this. I know my 3rd child, because the others, it was kind of hard. But my 3rd kid, it was like he wasn't going to let me smoke. Every time I tried to smoke a cigarette, I would get sick. So I couldn't smoke with him, but I was able to quit then. So I would probably say over the course, probably 10, 15 times at least. More recently, very recently, tried to quit. And then I've heard kind of a theme from other people, like the times where they tried to quit and when they pick back up. And I kind of feel like COVID-19 also contributed to me smoking more. I know that when they first did the whole stay-at-home thing, I was doing my happy dance because I commute to work. I'm on the bus to get to work about an hour and a half. I'm on the bus pretty much about 4 hours a day to get to work and back home. And so when COVID-19 hit and we could work from home, I was doing my happy dance. But then also I was smoking more. And so now I've worked it out, not smoking as much, but still smoking. I'd love to do a research study on the effects of COVID-19 on smoking cessation, because I really think that I know it's had an effect on me. And I've kind of heard that said from a few other people here, just based on the timing as far as their quitting journey goes.
Right. Yeah, I know that we've heard that from other patients where COVID kind of changed or interrupted their journey, and they're just kind of taking
Yes.
the attitude, kind of waiting for this to be over so they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the part of it is the uncertainty, because I feel like, okay, when this first started, I thought there was going to be an end point. Like, okay, I'm going to go back to work. Like eventually we will get to go back to work. Now it's like, it's not even when this will be over. It's more like, will this be over? And I think the uncertainty, I think that kind of contributes to maybe anxiety, or maybe making you want to pick up a cigarette. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like that's how it is for me.
Right. That makes sense. Now, have you tried any of the nicotine replacement therapies, like the nicotine gum, the lozenges, the patches?
Patches, gum, drinking lots of water. I know that at one point, and this was about maybe 10 years ago, I was down to 6 cigarettes a day. And I heard earlier on this forum where someone was talking about, oh, we're cutting down from 5 cigarettes to 3 cigarettes. And you can ask my son, because I almost fell on my chair laughing, like, really? But I was down to like 6 cigarettes, and things happen, life happens.
Right.
And it didn't take that long for me to get back to where I was before. But yes, I've tried the patch. I tried gum. I have both now. And what I will say is that during the times when you really want a cigarette, there is nothing like picking up a cigarette and actually flicking your lighter and lighting it and inhaling. That's my take on it. Patches do help. They do help. The gum, gotta find the one that tastes right.
Right.
But yes, patches do help.
How about you, Jasenia? Have you tried any of the nicotine replacement therapies?
I tried the patches. I didn't like them whatsoever.
Okay.
So I couldn't handle it. So I stopped taking that. And then I'm on Wellbutrin.
Okay.
So they gave me that. At first, it worked really good. I stopped smoking maybe for like 6 months straight. Like that really took everything. I lost weight. I stopped smoking for 6 months, and I don't know. I picked it up again. So yeah. And then gum. I tried the gum. I didn't like it either. So yeah.
The gum doesn't get very good points as far as
No.
taste. How about
Yeah.
Glenn? Have you tried any of the nicotine replacement therapies? Glenda?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, have you tried any of the nicotine replacement therapies, like the nicotine gum, the lozenges, the patch?
Well, no, I'm kind of scared of those. I don't know why, but especially the patch. I really don't know why, but no, I haven't. I'm trying to just do it on my own and pray on it. And I like marijuana, so I was smoking a little bit of that because it helps my legs as well, because I have mild arthritis in my legs, So I know smoke is smoke, but to me it makes a little difference. I could be wrong, but. No, I'm trying to do it cold turkey. My husband, he was such a cold turkey person. He would just, he dropped it like a hot potato, and he was a carton smoker. I don't know where the cartons are these days, but he was a carton smoker. He would go through cartons in one carton in a week, and that's too much for me to have all those cigarettes in my house like that.
Right.
That's too much for me. But I never did that. And the lady that was saying when she was pregnant, she didn't smoke. And I was the same way. I didn't smoke the whole 9 months. But as soon as I had that baby, I was ready for me a cigarette. And that's crazy. And I have 4 kids, and I did it each time. So no, I haven't. I'm trying to just pray on it and hope God takes it away from me, and just do it on my own.
Okay. How about you? You tried any of the nicotine replacement therapies? Christine?
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Sorry, have you tried any of the nicotine replacement therapies, like nicotine gum, the patches?
Yeah.
I tried the patches and I broke out. Had one patch and I broke out and stayed wilted. My arm stayed wilted and stuff for about a month. When I tried the gum, I passed out. It made me like I was extremely high, so I couldn't try that. So those are the two. And I tried the e-cigarette when I first started smoking. I called myself trying the e-cigarette to stop so I wouldn't smoke, and that stuff made me feel like I was blowing my chest out. So those are the only times I've ever tried to replace it.
And what do you see as a challenge?
Hold on a second. The nebulizer's in the room.
Oh, you have one?
I have one.
Okay.
Okay, now what did you say?
Yes. What have been your biggest challenges into reducing smoking or putting it together?
And my biggest challenge in trying to quit cigarettes has been having people around me who smoke, because then they don't want to stop,
right,
or they want to smoke around you no matter what. Even when you say that I'm trying to smoke and I don't want you to smoke around me and you need to smoke outside, they still want to smoke in.
Yeah.
Controlling other people, that's my biggest challenge.
Right. Stop smoking when everyone around you is smoking.
Yes.
You just saying it.
Yeah.
That's the same answer. Yeah, when I see people around me smoking, yeah, it's the same answer. Yeah.
I can go hours and hours and hours without a cigarette, but then the moment I get around a smoker, I just gotta have one.
And you ask.
I can have a pack in my pocket all day long and not touch it, but the moment a cigarette smoker is around me and starts smoking, I want a cigarette.
Any other challenge besides being around smokers?
It's just when I'm really bored and I just have to find something to do with myself, I'll grab a cigarette stand, and just to be doing something, and that be the smoking of the cigarette.
I would like to chime in on that. That is true. Boredom plays a large part. I can't claim the whole when other people are around me smoking, because I'm actually the only person on my entire block that smokes. No, but I can't even go bum a cigarette when I don't have any. But boredom does play a part. It used to be people would say they'd smoke when they were stressed out. But my two biggest challenges probably are boredom and just habit. I mean, after you eat, this is disgusting, but after you use the bathroom, there's just so many things that you just equate with smoking that are, hard to separate yourself from.
Right. I think someone else mentioned earlier that they smoke after sex or when they're drinking. So there's other.
Yes. It's habit. It's the thing. I heard someone actually. So we have the Good News Radio magazine, and we've done several smoking cessation programs. And I think Dr. Hurley, I know he was on for smoking cessation, and I think he was the one who said that smoking just becomes part of the fabric of your life.
Right.
And that kind of resonated with me, because it's true. There are so many things that, you gotta have a cigarette. You just have to. Like, it's not right if you don't.
Right.
We're running. We ran it just a little bit over, but the conversation was so good, I didn't want to stop it. Let me just ask one question that we have here in the question answers. It says it seems like all didn't like the gum. Were you using it earlier, like it suggested that you chew it until you taste the pepper and then you park it on your cheek?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just a bad taste, huh?
And it burns.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
At least me.
It makes you think of chewing tobacco. It just sort of makes you think of, like, I'm ready to start, like, spurting brown liquid out of my mouth.
Oh.
Me, I would just spit it out and smoke a cigarette better.
Okay,
Right.
well, we want to really thank all of you for joining us today, and thank you, Luz, for leading the discussion. And we wish you all the best in your journey to address the smoking behaviors to help you have a better, better quality of life. So our hearts and our thoughts and our best wishes go out to all of you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.